I can agree with, but at the same time, there is nothing wrong. This is where I enjoy Gary Vee. Other than this, I think Gary Vee is a freaking idiot, dude.
It's like, what's wrong with that guy?
And he's telling people how to struggle. Dude, that guy's out of his mind. He's like, oh, dude. Oh, you still have silverware in your house? Sell it. And then he shows up and he'll like hug the dude. The guy he has no way to get food in his mouth, you know? The guy's just knuckling through some chowder, knuckling through some bouillabaisse. And he's like, no worries, man. You made $76 last night. And he hugs him. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what the? And then he drives off and the family's just standing there in a park. Another winner. That guy's out of his mind, dude. And he hugs him.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the 480 Show. We are excited to have you here. This episode is brought to you by Pit Boss. We are excited to announce that Pit Boss is the official sponsor of the 480 Show. So make sure to check out the480show.com and click on the affiliate link that we have in our bio or on the website somewhere. Click on pitboss-girls.com and there you can shop, browse, and all the things. But we will talk more about Pit Boss later in the episode, so stay tuned for that. But make sure to check out the480show.com to learn more. And thank you to Pit Boss for sponsoring today's episode. We're back, baby. It's been a long time.
Been a week.
Oh, I guess. No, it's been 2. We batch recorded.
Yeah.
Been 2 weeks.
We missed a week.
We missed a week.
Yeah.
I feel bad about that.
Well,
I feel weird about it. But it's because of me.
Well,
I misplanned.
You're out of town.
Yeah, I just forgot. We're supposed to.
I would,
I literally was. I was looking at it, and I'm like, I'm not going to be here that night.
Yeah, I mean, I'd pop in here and throw on a guest just like you did when I was gone, but I have no clue how to work any of this. I just show up and, well, I bring a.
You could work my camera.
I bring what?
You could work my camera.
No, I could.
Yeah,
but then like the whole like software
just
stuff.
Quick phone call.
Yeah, probably.
Hey. But then you'd have to edit it because I was out of town. Then you'd have to upload it.
I don't know if they would want that.
Who's they?
Our audience.
Our audience.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm here for.
You're like the show up and make the podcast better kind of guy.
I'm like Gambo. I'm not very smart.
I hate that you use them as a reference every time. We are not the Burns and Gambo show. And if you say you're Gambo, that means I'm Burnsy. And I hate Burnsy.
For those of you who don't know, we refer a lot to a sports podcast that's super popular. But
I think most people that listen to us know who Burns and Gambo are.
Well,
I'd have to imagine.
The morning show. It's funny you say that because remember we were making fun of what's going on, Burnsy?
Yeah.
The morning show.
Burnsy, what's going on?
Bickley and Murata.
Yeah.
Dude,
I have not listened to their show in a long time.
It's so funny because we talked about that, and I never heard them like make fun. Like they always make fun of Burns and Gambo.
Yeah.
Like,
do they do that?
They make fun of Gambo. Like they do the dueling Gambos and
yeah.
But then they started making fun of Burnsy.
Really?
And Gambo because like straight up 2 o'clock. And so they'll do that and then they'll just laugh about it. So it's kind of funny.
It's funny. Bickley and Murata are my favorite, all-time favorite. I think they're most people's favorites.
I think
they're just funny, dude.
Yeah. What I'm saying is I think people know you drive the show. I'm sitting here for
That's not always true though.
Well, I sit here and come up with ideas.
Yeah, you do come up with most of our podcast topics.
I do have
there's something about
creative mind. I was always good at English and writing. Maybe look in different aspects. My mind.
I was gonna say, I feel like we're both very creative, very different ways.
Yes,
very different ways.
Yeah. You
came up with the name of our show. We were brainstorming for a while, and you came up with that. Most times we sit here and we brainstorm what we're going to talk about, and you come up with most of it. It's the things that I can't process very quickly. Things like if you were to give me time, yeah, I could do it.
Yeah.
Like I have a running list of podcast topics.
Yeah.
But then you show up here and you're like, no, those are dumb. We're going to talk about this. And I'm like, dang it, that's better.
I don't know, dude.
You know?
It's kind of those things.
Yeah.
But I've always been a daydreamer, and I'm just always, but that also gets me in trouble a lot of the times. So
yeah.
Do
you feel like you daydream actually, like during the day? Like you catch yourself in like a trance?
All the time.
Really?
Yeah. More so of just like...
Is it like you just find yourself there and you're like, oh, and you shake yourself out of it? Or is it like you think of something and you're like, I'm going to like entertain this for a while?
It's more like...
Because for me to daydream, it's got to be that.
I just daydream about my hobbies and like how I can do them 24/7.
Really?
Yeah. Like just finding a way to I don't know, this probably is a common thing with people, but like a lot of people have hobbies, right? They have their job, their normal 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And then they have their hobbies, and they're like,
Yeah.
man, I freaking love my hobbies, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of people live for the weekend, right?
They work so they can provide the funds for their hobbies.
For the weekend.
Or
But it's
for
like,
yeah.
you know, my mind goes to is like, absolutely forget that. Like, let's do something to where
That becomes the
your
thing.
hobby is now what you're doing.
You're describing such a small group of people.
Yeah, it is. It's like it's like the pioneer YouTubers that people laughed at, that like, I'm gonna daily vlog.
Yeah.
More so, but like,
No, but see, there are thousands and thousands and thousands of people that daily vlog.
yeah.
You just don't know about them because they suck at it.
Yeah, that's true. But I guess it's
They're trying to make their life like appealing for people to see.
Mm-hmm.
When the people that do it good and their life is appealing to see, it's because they love the life that they're living.
yeah.
That Casey Neistat
It's so different.
did
yeah.
not go out and acquire that office space so that he could make other people think he was living some fun New York City lifestyle. Right?
Casey Neistat didn't acquire his authenticity.
I know.
Casey is
Casey.
Casey is Casey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's a political Casey these days, and I don't like the political Casey. So he lost me.
Well,
But nonetheless, I feel like the people that you follow are just like good at like sharing their lives,
mm-hmm.
and they do it they have like an artistic way to it.
But what's the bottom line?
They're
already doing something that they loved,
yeah.
and they just found a way to monetize that, baby. Which leads us into
Okay, Burnsy.
ooh, I feel
Go
like
ahead
I'm
and
driving.
Yeah, I
the
was gonna
show
say
now.
you go ahead and drive it.
Wait. Let's talk about our weeks first, though, real quick. You were gone. You were in Utah.
I was in Utah.
Yeah, took the whole
Filming a
family.
wedding,
Mhm.
filming a story session.
Yeah.
Dude, I got to take the couple on a story session. Well, they take me on the story session, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is essentially like they.
First off,
What?
bro, it's freezing in here.
Yeah, I know, because
Dude,
I'm sweating.
Frozen.
No, dude.
I can't feel my fingers. You have to turn it down. My mind's gonna shut off soon.
How about you just freaking?
You know what they did in school when they turned the classroom cold to make you think so you wouldn't sleep? It just made me cuddle in a ball at my desk and go to sleep.
What are you talking
'cause I
about?
was
What do
so-
you think that was a
'cause I-
Chinese camp or something?
It felt like it.
That's
dude.
not what they were doing. We live in
Yes.
Arizona. They just turned the AC
No,
on,
no,
and you
no.
came in from recess all sweaty.
It's not.
Yeah, it is.
No. They turn the rooms cold because if the room is warm, a lot of people in a warmer room will tend to fall asleep. Dead serious.
I
Not for
can't
me though.
believe what
I'm
I'm
the
hearing
opposite.
right now.
I start getting cold, my mind shuts down.
I cannot believe what I'm hearing right now.
I'll stop talking. I'll stop thinking. I just care to get warm.
In a warmer room, they turn people fall. You have to. Your body
Mm-hmm.
temperature has to drop by 2 degrees for you to be able to fall asleep.
I don't know, man.
That's the weirdest thing I ever heard.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm like super wrong about that, but I don't think that was a thing. I don't think that schools intentionally cooled down the rooms to ice out the kids so they weren't sleeping.
I think so, but it wouldn't be the first time.
Kids
that
are
our
wired all the
school
time
systems
anyway.
Are wrong about something. So.
Ain't that the truth? Anyway, I was in Utah,
Yeah.
and these story sessions, essentially what it is tagging along for a date
Yeah.
or something like significant for the couple, right? This couple took me like all over Utah. They went off-roading in their truck, which was pretty fun actually. And then they went to Chick-fil-A,
Mm-hmm.
drive-through. Then they went to their favorite soda shop. Then we went shooting. They brought their handgun and stuff. I brought my handgun. I shot with them. It was so fun. And then we went to the movie theater. They walked in, got a big fat bucket of popcorn, and then just turned around and walked away. And they went back to their house to watch a movie. Pretty sweet. Anyway, that was a good time. Filmed a wedding at a fairly new venue
Nice.
up in Sandy, which is my least favorite part of Utah.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Sandy.
Sandy,
Yeah, but brought the family, stayed in an Airbnb.
Nice.
A couple paid for the Airbnb, so it was nice. There was a freaking massive, when I say massive, I mean massive, 18-person hot tub.
Mm.
so massive that opening the lid, I have like sore muscles all over because I had to push up underneath the thing and use everything in me to like close this lid. It was crazy, but super fun.
Nice.
Killer.
Nice.
How's your week?
Oh, it was great. It's freaking hot.
I was gonna say I got out of there right in time. Dude, you know what the high was in I just gave it away. In Utah when I was
80.
there?
80.
80, dude.
80. Yeah.
80.
No.
Dude, I went e-biking. We rented e-bikes and rode around some
I
mountains.
saw your story.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I didn't even sweat. Well, actually, that's not true. On the way back, I was sweating. Or on the way up, I was sweating because it was uphill.
Yeah.
But it's a good time, dude.
Yeah, it was real
And I was
hot.
pulling my kids behind me.
Yeah.
And I was just chilling.
Yeah, not here.
What a fun time, dude.
Not here. It was really hot here.
Yeah, it was warm.
I mean, same old week on my end. I did go to the doctor. Finally. That was a good time.
So great.
I don't ever go to the doctor.
Gave you a shot in your bootay.
Yeah, dude, I got a cereal shot. Call that the Kellogg shot, baby.
It's not even Kellogg. Isn't it? It's not Kellogg.
Yeah.
No, you said it was something else.
Yeah, Kellogg.
Huh?
Yeah, Kellogg. They just shot milk and freaking cereal
It's Kellogg?
fragments.
No, it's
straight
not
in my
Kellogg.
butt.
Stop it. What is it? What's the real name of it?
I got a Kellogg shot.
Kellogg.
Kellogg. I guess.
Toast
what it's
Crunch.
called.
That's Cinnamon Toast Crunch milk.
Yeah, like, little preface. I got sick. I don't know.
Mindset, baby.
This is where my wife just turns off the podcast and goes, wah. I got sick. Like, I feel like this whole year I've been sick.
Yeah.
To be real. But I got sick, like, what? Like 2 months ago. And just had been lingering and lingering and lingering and lingering and lingering. So finally I was like,
Mindset, baby.
dude, I looked in the mirror one day.
Oh, yeah?
I was like, you poon? And then the next day I didn't feel any better. So
No, dude, that's not the mindset. You're misunderstanding.
no, I didn't feel any better.
Don't belittle yourself. You just tell yourself that you're more capable of being healthy.
Yeah.
You look in the mirror and you say,
I couldn't will myself.
heck no, I'm not getting sick today. You know,
Couldn't will myself.
You should have seen me yesterday. I was kneeled over our couch with the worst headache I've ever had. I felt like I was about to get the sickness of a lifetime because I haven't been sick in a year. You know what I did? This morning I woke up. The headache was coming back. I literally looked in the mirror. I'm like, no way. No way that's not happening again today.
And then
You
just
know what happened?
Pop some ibuprofen one away.
No. I have a headache slightly. Not today.
Stop.
That's it. It got me yesterday. I laid down in bed because I was like, oh, I came back from Utah and I went straight to work. I didn't like take any break in between. Like there was no like off day. So I was like, I'm just going to lay down. And I entertained the thought of getting sick. And I succumb. Succumb?
Don't say that word.
Whatever. I let myself go there. And guess what happened? I had the headache of a lifetime.
Yeah.
Woke up this morning. I actually woke up at like 2 a.m. and my
Yeah.
head was, it felt like someone shot me in the back of the head.
Look, I don't know, maybe, but I just felt like I was a kid again. I'm like, if I can just get to the doctors, I'll be all right. Like, you'll be all right. So after 900 calls later to find a doctor under my insurance, which just made me feel sicker,
Doctors, man.
I found one, and it's pretty stupid. I mean,
Next to the Costco.
yeah, whatever. Yeah, I mean, I went in and she's like, do you have seasonal allergies? I'm like, yeah, really bad. I'm like, doesn't everyone though?
Yeah, mommy, it hurts. My nose is stuffy.
She's like, do you take allergy medication? I'm like, no. She's like, why? I'm like, I don't know, too lazy. She's like, it's a small pill every day. I'm like, I know.
You can grind it up into your applesauce in the morning.
But for the last 2 weeks now, I've been taking that, and it's been drying me out.
Yeah.
Also, I just wanted to get tested for a sinus infection. I felt like that's where I was heading, or already there. So I'm like,
I think you would know.
I don't need to die. So,
Yeah.
well, I felt like it. And she's like, no sinus infection. We have a lot of sinus fluid.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's like drowning in it. So let's give you this Kellogg shot, which has been nice because that's been draining.
She didn't prescribe you a bowl of cereal to make you feel better.
I know.
With the way doctors are trending these days.
Should have, dude.
If you're a doctor listening to the show, you're banned.
Ah,
Don't come back.
Stop.
Don't come back.
Stop.
Too far.
Yeah.
But seriously, you're banned.
Yeah, just put a shot in my butt, and it's been draining my my sinuses. So if I choke on mucus throughout this podcast, it's fine. I'm not dying.
Yeah.
But it's literally draining it down my throat. So my throat's hurt for the last week.
Yeah.
My allergy medication's been drying me to nothing, dude.
Yeah.
I feel like SpongeBob. I feel like the chocolate lady. Chocolate. Yeah, what? That's what I feel like. So
I can't do it very loud, otherwise I'll blow out people's ears.
yeah, I'll keep you updated in 2 weeks. See where we're at.
Yee.
That's my week.
Please do. Please keep me updated on your sinus infection.
Dude, it's freaking cold, bro.
I turned it down. You stop it right now. All right. Monetizing Pipe Dreams.
Yeah.
This is a little bit of a it's something we have experience in that we're doing right now, but I still feel like I got some imposter syndrome going on.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I feel like most people would probably say that unless you're like stupid wealthy from doing it.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's almost the reality for most people, is that monetizing a pipe dream isn't necessarily going to result in you being a Casey Neistat.
No.
You know what I mean?
No. And I think it's okay.
Would you say, actually, before I ask that question, prefacing when we say monetizing pipe dreams, what do you mean?
What do we mean? It's a good question. So, everyone has a hobby, right?
Yeah.
Most people have a hobby, something that they enjoy doing.
Do people though, or do you think that people have just gotten so? Because like, say what you will, America has like become, like it's an expensive place to be no matter what.
Sure.
Right. And like, there's this idea that circulates that if you have free time, you might be lazy.
Yeah.
Do you feel that?
Well, I think
imagine if you wanted to go golfing, right? Are you going on Saturday, by the way?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Let's go.
Super.
Shank everything, dude.
Yeah.
I'm gonna slice up that course. Anyway,
I'm gonna splice everything.
splice,
Splice.
slice, not splice.
Splice. Say more.
You bet no.
Splice.
Don't say that on the golf course.
Splice.
Kobe's gonna make fun of you, dude. Why is Kobe better at everything than us? Let me ask me that.
I bet if I practice it, I'll be better at golf than Kobe.
I am so sorry. Oh my gosh.
No, I'm dead serious.
No, I'm dead serious.
If I had the time that Kobe had right now.
Oh, stop.
No, stop. You stop.
Stop.
He's not married with a kid.
You're right. He has a
There's
ton of time.
nothing going on other
You're
than
right.
work.
No, you're right.
Nothing.
Okay.
He doesn't.
You might be right. Anyway, if you were to be a golfer,
Yeah.
right? If you went golfing every Saturday, what would that make you?
Let's start to turn into a golfer.
Yeah, I mean, like, how would that make you feel?
It'd make you feel like you were starting to gain a hobby that you liked.
That's all it brings to mind.
What are you trying to ask?
I'm asking, this is a real question that I'm asking you.
Yeah.
Because when I see people that spend so much time, and this is because I'm literally, I'm human. I fall trapped to what social media wants me to believe about my life, right? When I see people spending too much time, spending money, being consumers on certain things like golfers in specific, I think to myself, those freaking lazy MFers, dude.
See, I used to.
That's what I think.
I used to, and now I just envy it.
Why?
I don't know. I just feel like.
I mean, I want to go golfing because golfing looks fun, and I've been golfing, and when you hit that good shot, like
when you're
it
good
is
at
fun.
Yeah, when you're good at golfing, you experience the vibe,
and that
it's
goes
good.
for anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that goes for anything. I just mean like in general, when you're talking about like doing something as a hobby.
Yeah.
I have to remind myself that people aren't lazy. They just like
It's
have money and they have a hobby, and so it just makes sense.
I think
that they
it's
can
your
step
mindset.
away and do it.
I think
It
it's your
totally is.
mindset on
Yeah.
where you're at in your life. You're like, you can go through extreme hustle phases where you feel like any extra time, like, those lazies,
Yeah.
right? But you could also hustle, and then you're like, man, I'm so sick of the hustle and the grind. Like,
Yeah.
Like, give me a hobby or something.
Yeah.
And I've seen people go in that phase and then go to a phase where, like,
For sure.
They're still doing the hustle throughout the week, but then the weekends, right? They're
They
living
just
for the
check
weekend.
out.
They're living
Yeah.
for their whatever it might be, whether it's camping, whether it's, you
Yeah.
know, going to the lake, whether it's whatever, right?
Yeah.
So I think what we're talking about is depending on your hobby. Now, look, this is situational. If you love basketball or baseball or football, if you love any sport, right?
Yeah.
This is not the place to come.
What do you mean?
Well,
Not coming here.
because I think it's situational, right? Like, and it doesn't have to just be sports, but something. Not everyone was meant. The only way you're making money off of, you could go different avenues in the sports world, right?
Sorry. I don't
But-
know why that just came.
But dude, come on. Ugh.
I was sucking on my lip. You remember when you were a kid and you did that in class and you just regretted your entire life? You're just like, oh gosh. Anyway,
You know?
sorry.
I don't think everyone's going to go to the NBA or the MLB or the NFL. Now,
Yeah,
look,
yeah.
you can go different avenues and, like, definitely, like, find a way to make some type of money within a sport.
Sure.
But I think that's a lot harder.
Much harder.
I think, realistically, what we're talking about here is, like, I think normal hobbies outside of, like, your normal professional sports. Now, like,
Yeah.
I think extreme sports is different. Snowboarding, skateboarding. I think it's easier to go down avenues to monetize that.
You think so?
I think so. I do. Right. I just.
I
do.
mean, you could really monetize any of that other stuff though.
You
Maybe
can,
it's not.
but I
maybe
think-
it's not in the
Yeah.
form of millions of dollars because you got a contract from some team.
Yeah.
But like you could be a coach. You could offer private coaching stuff for
Yeah.
any sport.
Right.
Anything you want to do. So like that's another way to make your dream of, oh, I want to be a golfer, right? Maybe you don't make maybe you don't win any tournaments, but like you're good enough to teach people the basics of golf. And
Yeah.
that means you get to play golf all day, you know?
I think, yeah, maybe I went at this wrong. I think we're here to create a mindset on it doesn't just have to be a hobby. You're sitting here with your hobby, spending your money,
Hard-earned money.
hard-earned money, to do something on the weekend, to do something you like.
Yeah.
Compared to, let's flip this upside down and let's turn the mindset to, how can I do this and let it make money for me? And then that's the initial phase. And then how can I, right? Unless you love your 9 to 5, like unless you really love your 9 to 5 job, most people are always after that. How do I get financial freedom? How do I do something that I love?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's as simple as, what do you like doing? What do you like? For example, a lot of people call on the Dave Ramsey show and they're like, Dave, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't,
Yeah.
or Dave Ramsey has a dude that talks about
Chris,
this. Yeah.
Or Chris Coleman.
Yeah, I think so.
Ken
you know,
Coleman.
like I
Ken
don't
Coleman.
know what to do. Like, I don't know what to do for a career. And it's like as simple as, like, what do you like doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what do you like doing, right?
Mhm.
And then it's like, then go find a career in that or go find a career in that field.
Yeah.
So I think it's like, I think for us, it's like, there's so many people out there that are working a 9 to 5 and they're like, dang, dude, like I really like doing this. I really like doing that. But
Yeah.
it's kind of a lot of money. And like,
Let's talk about Kobe then. Because, you know, Kobe works doing termites,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I asked Kobe one time, I was like, what do you want to do? And he's like, well, I'd like to do something with golf. He's like, I think I might want to enter some tournaments and things like that, right? And Ashlyn even asked him one time, like, what his plan was, like, if he wanted to, what he wanted to do, like, in the future. And he was talking about YouTube stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Like, wanting to do something for YouTube or whatever.
Yeah.
What if Kobe was like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to work right now, making money so that I can afford to go play golf on the weekends, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, like, what happens if Kobe decides to make the golf thing as a goal to make money for him so that he can golf all the time?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's what we're talking about.
That's what we're
Monetizing
talking about.
a pipe dream,
Yeah.
which essentially is like financial freedom in the form of a hobby that doesn't have to be a hobby. It
Yeah.
could be your job.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that would make your hobby not be so fun though?
No.
Because
I don't think so.
not that wedding dreams is like or wedding films is like my pipe dream, you know, But like I started going after wedding films because like weddings are so fun, right? Like it's crazy fun. And then it became my full-time job, and now they're not as fun. Because now when I go to a wedding, I'm not thinking this is much better than what I'm going to go do on Monday.
Yeah.
Right? It's
Yeah.
more like all week long, I've graduated to the point where I'm like, all week long, I sit here in my office, I edit the wedding videos, and I go out and have lunch with my kids.
Yeah.
And then I come back in here. And then when they come in here and they're like, Dad, do you want to go to the park? I'm like, freak yeah, I want to blow off work and go to the park with you. Let's go. You know what I mean? And then I go there.
Well, I got you.
And now I feel like the weddings are my work. And I don't like them as much.
Listen. Exactly. You feel like it's work, right?
Yeah.
Something that you enjoy doing is something that you could do every single day and enjoy doing. Really enjoy doing.
But I do enjoy weddings. It's not that I don't enjoy them.
Yeah.
It's just...
But you're not... And we got a phrase around here, boy. You enjoy a wedding.
Yes.
But my dude, that wedding doesn't have you...
Are you trying to find...
That wedding doesn't...
I just realized what you're trying to do.
That wedding doesn't have you i.e. stoked.
No,
Doesn't
dude.
have you stoked, dude.
In other words,
i.e.
that doesn't have you stoked.
Doesn't...
But you mustn't use IE in a physical sentence lest you sound like an idiot.
People are like,
what the heck are these guys talking about?
Listen, you enjoy doing a wedding, but a wedding does not have you stoked.
It used to, not in the sense of what you're talking about.
Not stoked for a lifetime.
No, but like that's my thing. Like, can it be? Because Casey Neistat. Casey Neistat was literally the king of YouTube for a hot minute.
Yeah.
Everybody knew Casey's name.
Yeah.
Everybody tuned into at least one or two of his daily vlogs.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I'm leaving, going to California. Stopped.
That's fine. He had a family. He had other things come up. But
do you feel like though it's because he's
lost still living.
stoke?
He's still living that same life. He just doesn't vlog it.
You know, he moved back to New York, right?
Yeah.
Tangent.
He still lives that same life. He just doesn't vlog it anymore. That's the difference. He's still living his stoked life. He still runs. He still serves. He still does his thing. It's just not. It's not.
So maybe
vlogging.
that's the thing then.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the key.
The vlogging,
because like realistically, dude,
the vlogging allowed him to make money to
do the thing. It
to
just
do what
fuels
he
his
just enjoyed
passion.
doing, but then allowed him to vlog more. Right.
Yeah.
It's fueling.
I do like some of his videos. He still puts out a lot of videos.
Yeah.
I don't watch him nearly as much. I don't feel like I'm as like attached to Casey.
Yeah.
But the ones that he did put out after he quit the daily vlog, they're a little bit more like put together. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I kind of like them, but I feel like that might be the key though, is like living a life that you love and then finding a way to make money doing that thing that you love.
My dude, you have to.
Can I? Dude, I feel like the end
to be
all be
intensely
you have to vlog.
enthusiastic.
Stop, dude.
You do.
Yeah, but like I'm
intense.
intensely enthusiastic about spending time with my kids, spending time with my
Exactly.
wife. I don't think you understand any chance that we get to like be together. We are together.
Yeah.
Ash had to run an errand before we started this podcast. I realistically didn't have that much time, but we did anyway. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, how can I be freaking stoked about that and make money doing it? I feel like the only answer is you just have to be a freaking good vlogger. No. You have to get people to like care about what you're doing.
It's not that though, because you and I are stoked about other things.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm stoked about a lot. Dude, honestly, I feel like I am the easiest person to get stoked on anything.
Yeah, but that's not.
But just the fire runs so quick.
But that's not actually being stoked then.
Well, then maybe I don't understand
that phrase. It's a false stoked of like, man, I'm really gonna enjoy this, and then dude, like you can initially be stoked about something, or like, man, like I don't even call it stoked. Stoked needs to be reserved for something that's a lifetime ordeal, right? For me,
that's so heavy though.
It's well, I like to say,
I don't know that's
you're staying stoked.
But is that possible?
Yes.
I know that's a fun phrase.
No, I think it is.
Is it possible to have a lifetime of stoke? Unless it's something that's like, how can that be anything more than like your family or your faith? There's seasons to everything.
You could stay stoked about many things. Like, right?
Yeah.
Like for me, like I'm stoked about having a family and raising
Yeah.
a family and continuing to watch that grow and being hopefully getting to a point where I'm financial free so I can be around my family 24/7 and we can do the things that we enjoy.
Yeah.
Right? Not really having to think twice about it.
Mm-hmm.
But for like that gets me stoked. That gets me motivated, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I daydream a lot. Like, man, I need to get to a point where it's like we can just do whatever we want, right? You build that generational wealth that you can allow your children then to go ahead and maybe start chasing the pipe dreams they want, and right? Like that's an aspect. Another aspect is like travel. Yeah. Right? Like I will never get sick and tired of travel. Just checking into a hotel,
dude, it's so exciting.
Like
the Airbnb, dude, my Airbnb check-in. Yeah. We got to the Airbnb at like 11:30 at night Utah time. Yeah. I'm opening the key box in the middle of the night. There's it's like windy outside. And I was so excited to be there, dude. I'm like, it's 11:30. I don't even care. It's so exciting.
Yeah. And that's the whole aspect of travel. You get me to the airport and I'm about ready to get on an airplane somewhere.
Yeah. No sleeping. Yeah.
Yeah, right? Like I'm just like, like that is the epitome of being intensely enthusiastic.
How are we supposed to brand this if you can't even say it without laughing, you dumb?
Listen.
Oh my gosh. Listen.
Intensely enthusiastic, Basinonians.
Basinonians.
So, like, I've always enjoyed travel though. Like just the smallest detail, right? Smelling the smell of a hotel, which smells of cigarettes and very strong fragrances. Fragrances.
Yeah.
Right?
It smells like feet.
Dude, no.
Yeah.
But like, or
let me ask you this really quick, a quick tangent.
Ugh.
Do you take your socks off at hotels? Do you walk around barefoot?
I don't walk around barefoot anywhere unless I'm at the beach.
Really?
You put me on a beach.
That's the dirtiest place in the world.
I know. But, all right. But you put me on a beach and I'll start walking on the concrete, the freaking pavement, everywhere, dude.
So you don't walk around?
No.
You walk with socks on?
No. Olivia's been mopping our floors like 24/7 lately. Mm-hmm. And she wants me walking barefoot and I refuse.
Walking around barefoot feels weird. Anyway, go on.
I don't like it.
I just had to ask you. Yeah. I don't walk around barefoot at hotels. It freaks me out because I know they're not scrubbing those carpets with any kind of chemicals. Yeah. Quick vacuum and they're done.
But
athlete's foot roams in that place.
Ugh. Listen.
Listen.
You know, from flying to hotels to whatever all things travel, even daydreaming about travel, right?
Gets you stoked.
I'll just sit there and just YouTube for days on like what we're doing. We're going to Disneyland. Shoot, I'm gonna learn everything about Disneyland. Yeah. Right? Like, I don't even freaking care. Like, and then I'm gonna get to Disneyland and be like, it's dope. Right? Like, yeah. I'm just consistently like,
How many people do you think fall into your category?
I think
a percentage of dudes from the age of like 16 to 35. Because I feel like after you hit 35, if you're not in a place where you like love what you're doing, it's so easy to just be like, well, this is the beginning of the rest of my life. Yeah, because I mean, you're past the point of being halfway done with your work life.
Here's the thing: I hear so many times like, I'm gonna hustle now. I'm gonna save, so I can. And this is where like Dave Ramsey irritates the living crap out of me. You know, save today or you're gonna live like nobody else, like down the road. It's like, Dave, I don't want to freaking live when I'm 65, homie.
Well, yeah, but that's not what he's saying.
He's not, but in a gist, right?
Yeah, is his like financial like investment? Yes, that is what it is.
So that's what I'm saying. Retirement. He takes the safe route of saving for retirement, so then you can really.
He's a no risk financial guy,
which I can agree with, but at the same time, there is nothing wrong. This is where I enjoy Gary Vee. Other than this, I think Gary Vee is a freaking idiot, dude.
It's like, what's wrong with that guy?
If you've not seen Theo Von's take on Gary Vee.
They all saw it. Everyone's seen Theo Von by now. Even I've seen Theo Von. That's how I know everyone's seen it, because I've seen it. If it's on my algorithm, he's everywhere. I relate zero with Theo Von, and he's all over my algorithm.
Gary Vee is all about chasing your dreams now when you're young, because you can always make money.
You ever heard of Travis Chambers?
No.
You ever heard of that guy?
No.
He's relatively small, but he's literally a billionaire. And so he built a company called Chamber Media, which is like essentially what Gary Vee has. He's an ad agency.
Right.
You've seen Mr. Cool, the AC unit?
No.
Anything like that?
No.
Well, that was one of their bigger ones. Anyway, huge companies. They work with companies. They basically take their stuff. They make videos. They run ads for them, and they take them from like $500,000 in sales to like 20 million, right? And anyway, this guy built up this company, sold off a majority of his share. He made like some stupid amount of money, dude. Like literally so much money. And then he took like 50% of it, and he's building these exotic Airbnbs all over the place. Like he's building a Star Wars themed thing in like the Salt Flats of Utah, right? And like with those little floating ship things that those Wookiees drive around or whatever. He's literally making those things. Like anyway, he talks about like it's one thing to budget. It's a good thing to budget. It's not bad, right?
Yeah.
But he's always he talks so much to like the kids out there and to the young adults out there that are like so caught up in making money. And he's like, you can budget or you can just make more money, right? And like at first glance, you're like, shut up, you idiot! Like, why would you say that to me?
There's truth to it.
But he's so right.
Yeah,
he's so right, because you know why? I've for the longest time I've wanted to bike the Talaria.
Yeah,
right, a Suron. Do you want to know what happened when I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna start saving. I'm gonna start saving money and selling things, and I'm gonna take on extra jobs that I wouldn't have normally taken on so that I can buy a bike. Do you know how much money I've made in the last 2 weeks? I've made $2,300 out of random stuff that I've been selling and taking on random little video gigs. Just like that. You know why? Because I have something that I want, and all of a sudden I'm the dude that's moving mountains to make it happen.
Yeah.
You know? So when you hear Travis say something like that, like, oh yeah, you can budget right now in your 20s, or just go out and make more money. He's like, it's easier to go out and make more money than it is to restrict yourself and budget.
Yeah.
Not saying that you shouldn't budget. Not saying that you should spend every last dollar that you make. But what he's saying is, dude, there's a time and a place for budgeting. But when it comes to like living your life, don't budget the rest of your life out and think that the budget is going to take care of everything. You have to have, like Dave Ramsey says, like you have to have a shovel.
Yeah, you're gonna miss out on everything.
Yeah, go out and make more money because it's easier.
Yeah, but right, like,
so like if you're trying to, if we're talking about monetizing pipe dreams, right? And it's like people could say like, oh, I love golfing, right? So what are you gonna do? You're gonna work a 9 to 5, and then you're going to save up every last dollar that you have so that you can go out and buy, thousands of dollars worth of equipment and clothes and gloves and balls and tees and clubs, everything, right? And then you're going to save, $50 a week so that you can, like, $200 a month essentially, so that you can make sure that you have a golfing fund during golfing season, right? Yeah. That's a budget. That's a budget lifestyle. Yeah. Right? That's not a bad thing.
And some people are okay with that.
Wouldn't it be easier though to like live a life where like you made more money in doing the thing that you love?
Yeah. Like, for example, we live in 2023. So go like depending on your responsibilities. Let's just say you're single in this scenario, right? Say you're single. You're in your young 20s and you're working a 9 to 5, you're making decent money. You're like, I'm okay, I'm happy, and I'm saving my money and I'm playing golf on the side and I got nice stuff. Or you can say, the heck with my job. I'm going to move maybe across the country to an insanely super sick golf course. I'm going to go get a job there. And then I'm going to get on social media and I'm just going to start filming everything.
Yeah.
Because, the golf community is huge, right?
Every community is huge.
So
if you break it down, every single community that you can think of has a tribe that's like willing to go to battle for that said thing.
So all of a sudden, right, you went from keeping your 9 to 5 to golfing at your local courses that you could get into,
budgeting, to
now all of a sudden moving across country to an insanely super, maybe it's private, maybe it's whatever, a highly sought after course. Now you're
Yeah.
working there. You're probably getting the benefits if you can golf there from time to time, whatever it might be. Now you're creating your own content
Yeah.
of working there and your experience of working there and experience of being on this sick course.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you don't know where that leads, right? Now, look, that could lead nowhere. You could suck at it.
I was gonna say you
suck.
gotta approach it the right way.
You could suck at it, but if you fail, you fail. Everyone's going to fail along the way, right? Mm-hmm. And you're like, okay, well, this isn't working out, but maybe I can do this. And then you learn from that, and then you keep trying. Yeah. At the end of the day, if you kept trying and trying and trying, and you failed, whatever. But you had those experiences. You're still young.
Yeah.
You can still just go freaking make money.
You can go do something else.
Yeah. You can make money.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we're talking about. But, right, I feel as if you were extremely stoked about something.
Or you can make it happen.
Extremely intensely enthusiastic about something, right?
Yeah.
Right? Then I feel like your focus is so hyper focused that like you're gonna want it. And the people that are super successful, right, that you see out there, it's because they wanted it.
Yeah. You know what else is,
and it doesn't feel like a job anymore.
Yeah. And I feel like if you were to go like ask Casey Neistat, right? Mm-hmm. Like, hey, did you ever think twice about doing that? Like, did you ever think twice about doing a daily vlog? What do you think he would say? If you were like, did anybody say that might not be a good idea?
I'm sure he thought maybe like it was going to be a lot, but at the end of the day, like,
other than like, do you think anyone was holding him back?
No, I don't think so. I mean,
I think that if someone was like, I don't think that's a good idea, Casey, he'd be like, okay, don't watch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
Right? And I feel like that mentality of like approaching it like, this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Yeah.
Like literally, another thing that Travis talks about is writing things down and like realize, just so you can look back and realize like how powerful like your mindset really is when it comes to like doing things.
Yeah.
Like you can sit here and daydream. You can put yourself in a mini trance.
Yeah.
And imagine a life, right? If you can do that in your head, you can paint a picture and basically turn on the nerd goggles inside of your head, right? You can go out and do it.
Yeah.
Like it is way more possible than people think.
And let's put it simplistically like this. How many people put more effort into their weekend hobby than they do at their job?
Most.
Right?
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that you're neglecting your weekday job. You're just putting in the effort, and maybe you're even going above and beyond in your workday job, but there's still more effort being put into your weekday hobby. And if that effort was transferred into your job, maybe you could be higher, but you don't care.
Let me ask you this.
But you don't care to.
What time is our tea time on Saturday?
What time is it?
Yeah.
It's at 6:20.
When was the last time you got up at 6:20 for your job?
We're not lately,
not a work obligation, not like a meeting that you had to attend.
Right.
But like, when was the last time you woke up? Because our tea time's at 6:20.
Yeah.
Which means we're up at like 5:45.
Yeah.
Probably 5:30.
I feel like,
do you know?
That's slightly different.
When
I
you
have
wake
to
up,
be there, otherwise it's not happening. Yeah.
What do you mean? Golfing?
Yeah, I have to be there, otherwise I'm not making that tea time. So
fair enough. But when you wake up, when your alarm goes off at 5:30 on Saturday, are you going to be like, oh, snooze it?
I don't think so. No.
Because
you're excited.
You're literally going to be like 5:30, baby. Let's go.
You're excited.
Let's go golfing, dude.
Now look,
6:20. Is the sun even up at 6:20?
Like, look, but I'm not super stoked. Like, golfing is not something that I'm super stoked. Like, and
no, but it's an exciting thing.
But it's an exciting thing. Now, if I was to continue golfing on a weekday basis, I'd start missing that because I'm not super stoked on it.
Yeah.
But initially, it's like, oh, I'm excited for that, right?
Yeah.
And that's very common human behavior.
For sure. It's like the kids that can't wake up during the week for school, but then you say, hey, we're going to Disneyland, and they're like, freak yeah, like they're up before the alarm clock.
And then you're going to get the people like, whoa, it's just being responsible. It's like, I do get that.
What do you mean?
Like, you can do, well, you can't do this, but you can make time for that. Well, yeah,
no,
because
that's not being irresponsible.
I think there's parts of it. Like, it's just being an adult. Like, you should have maybe done something, but you made time for your hobby, right?
Fair enough. Yes. You're just undisciplined, right? Or you're practicing a moment of not very disciplined behavior.
Right.
But like, I mean, dude, enthusiasm goes a long way. Like it can get you a lot of places.
Yeah, but
so I don't think it's bad.
You know where my mind goes though?
Like, I should be shamed because I like waking up to go on vacation, but I can barely wake up for my job.
You know where my
Welcome to humanity.
You know where my mind goes though? And Casey Neistat and his wife had that podcast.
Yeah.
They did together. Casey talks about how he hates doing the dishes and thinks it's an absurd waste of time and refuses to do them.
He refuses to do the dish. He thinks it's a waste of time. So
It's
what does he
an
want to eat off
absurd
the
waste of
floor?
time. He thinks that he could be doing so many other things and doing the dishes. That's
He's going to do his... Anyway, okay, whatever.
right.
Fair enough.
Candace ends up doing them,
Yeah.
but he refuses, right? Which is such a
That's such a... What a...
Sure.
What a...
But he's also not wrong in a sense of, hey, I'm going to take my time elsewhere rather than doing these dishes, and I'm just going to go make more money, and I'll just have a housekeeper, and they can freaking do the dishes.
Is that what they do?
I mean, at this point, I'm sure they have a housekeeper that does everything. Why not? They can afford it easily 10 times, 100 times over in a day. I mean, maybe.
No, I'm not saying they don't have enough money to do that. I'm saying like...
But
what?
But some
That's
people...
such a small amount
but for
of
me,
time during the day.
But for me, it's like, that's where mine goes. It's like, I don't want to, like, I'll put off doing something like cleaning wise or whatever, even though it might bug me, and then I'll put my effort into something else. I do feel irresponsible. I'm like, I don't freaking do that, dude. And it's like, oh, you're immature. Well, I don't want to do it.
It's not immaturity.
Just
It's just you're a human being.
Yeah,
there are things you enjoy and there's things you don't.
Yeah.
Now look, if you lived in a pigsty and you're doing dishes and cleaning my house is dumb.
Yeah.
And then you don't do anything, it's like,
gross.
you're just lazy and you're undisciplined.
Yeah.
But you do it.
Yeah.
That's just called procrastination. Welcome to freaking humanity.
Well,
so give yourself a dang break.
But here's the thing. I guess what I'm saying is, like, I find myself, like, probably doing other things that I'm super stoked about.
Yeah.
Or, like, it may not even doing things, but, like, watching YouTube. Like, literally the other day, Olivia left for a work bonding team building activity, right? Yeah. And I had Margot. She was super active. I couldn't really get a lot of stuff done anyways if I wanted to, because she was just all over the place. Mm-hmm. But ended up, you know, while she was playing, I did get some cleaning done. But while I was cleaning, I had one of my YouTube pages open, and I literally watched like 7 videos that were about 20 minutes long on all-inclusive resorts around the world.
I don't know how you could do that.
I just bang, right after another. And I'm like, oh, that place is sick. That place is sick. And I'm just taking in this information. I'm like, oh, that's on a bucket list one day. That's super sick. Oh, that's super expensive. Mm-hmm. But then it's like, like she's doing it. She's sitting here. She's been to that place. She's talking about it.
Yeah.
And I'm over here doing the freaking dishes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Because you're a human being and most people do.
You think many people traveling to Bora Bora or doing this or doing that
are cleaning? She's still doing dishes.
You think they're cleaning their own homes though?
Yes.
No.
Look, I know what you're saying.
They're not.
But what you're saying, I totally disagree with. I understand what you're saying. I think that there is a necessary amount of work that needs to be done in life to prevent you from being completely and utterly disconnected from the rest of humanity. If you have a housekeeper that's mopping, vacuuming, doing your dishes, folding your laundry, cleaning your beds, that's great. Congratulations. Yeah. Amazing. Sounds amazing. Yeah. Do you know what you would turn into? You know how unrelatable
your time would be spelled elsewhere. You would be pretty. You are unrelatable.
So unrelatable.
Yeah, you are unrelatable. Guess what?
What? I don't want to spend time.
Those are the freaking people doing what you're envying.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
But what you're saying applies more to people, and this is where it derives from. Is business, right? Like this. I would benefit if someone else would edit my videos.
Yeah.
I would benefit.
Yeah.
If somebody took over my inquiry process.
Yeah.
Because here's what happens. People reach out to me. I send them a 1-minute video. I'm like, hey, what's up, so-and-so? I call them by name. I make them feel like seen and heard. And then I jump on a call. I spend an hour and a half with them before I even do any type of booking stuff. And then we get into the whole process. And I do their wedding day. I do their story session, all the things. I spend so much time on each couple. I would save myself not only time, but I would literally save myself loads of energy that gets sucked out of me when I have to sit down and edit a wedding video. Yeah. I hate editing. I hate it. It's the worst part of my life. I would benefit greatly if someone would edit my videos. Yeah. That's what that is. Yeah. Because while someone else is editing my videos, I could be doing something else to make my business better. Yeah. I could make more money.
Exactly.
It's hard to let go, right? That's where that idea comes from. Yeah. Your time is spent better elsewhere. Yeah. Doing the dishes in your own home, cleaning your underwear, is a necessary step to not be so disconnected from reality that people can't stand to be around you.
But I think you could have all that and you're just paying for a service. Someone's coming in, you're still spending your money. You're providing someone an income.
That's great.
People look at the house cleaning industry or this or that as like so degrading. Like,
I don't. I think
you're providing a lot of people a lot of money and a lot of business. But that's not why
you want it.
It's not. But at the same time, I wouldn't feel disconnected.
So when we're sitting around at the house,
I would just feel fantastic that I don't have to do it. Really? But you could still stay grounded. Yeah.
So when we're sitting around at mom and dad's house, and once every 6 months or so, when we start talking about how we all do our laundry, remember that conversation we always have, and everyone barfs when I say, "Oh, I do my whites and my colors on the same load," and everyone's like, "Oh, do you do that?" Yeah. And then they say, "Oh, well, you at least separate your towels, right?" And I say, "No." And then they say, "Oh my gosh, Cameron, you don't even know how to do." That's a conversation that normal people have. Yeah. You understand you would not be able to participate.
I wouldn't.
In that conversation.
It'd be great.
You'd be like, I don't remember the last time I did my laundry, and everyone's gonna look at you and like, "Congrats, bro."
Yeah. And I'd be like, "That's okay."
And then we're all gonna talk about cleaning our cars, and you're gonna be like,
"Yeah."
And then we're gonna talk about cleaning our houses and the vacuums that we like, and you're gonna be like,
"Yeah." And then I'm gonna start talking about how I just got back from Bora Bora, and everyone's gonna be like,
"Yeah."
I'm gonna be like, "But yeah, but that's okay because you were doing laundry, right?"
The Bora Bora thing is different, right?
But you were doing laundry, right? You were cleaning your car, right?
Look, we'll agree to disagree on this one. I think you can stay grounded.
Things. I do. I think, like, yes, in a way.
You can't stay grounded unless you're doing things that are on the ground. There's ground level stuff.
You can be mentally grounded.
No, you can't.
Yeah, I think so. I think
that's false.
I think you'd be mentally grounded.
Disagree. Anyway.
I think you could. You'd be mentally grounded, dude.
All right.
Look, I hate doing laundry, and it shows because I do a load of laundry and freaking forget about it, and then get yelled at, and then be like, "Well,
you should see my laundry room right now."
Well, I got busy. And it's like, well, then you shouldn't have started the load of laundry. Yeah. Like this is my wife telling me. I'm like, well, yeah, but like at least I freaking tried to start the load of laundry. And she's like, well, it's sitting here and it's not finished, and now I have to do it. And I'm like, and then my mind goes to like, housekeeper. And we'll have this stupid conversation about stupid laundry, dude.
Yeah.
But it's a first world problem, to say the least.
Look, here's where I think that you're a little bit off. Okay. If you went out and did the things that you are watching YouTube videos on, right? Yeah. Let's say you built the thing. Yeah. You're going to Bora Bora. Yeah. Then you're just spending time at home anyway because you don't have to go to your job. Then the laundry and the dishes don't seem that bad. It's not that bad. You have to do the laundry and dishes and you hate them right now because you have to do them in your spare time. Right?
I feel like if I was doing all those other things, I would be busy.
You might be, but you might realize that business...
There's a reason people don't do it. There's a reason people live in mansions.
No, it's just because
they just don't have the time.
No, it's just dirty. No, people don't want to do it.
They don't have the time. They're so busy caught up in other things.
That's such BS.
Dude, I'm a tech. I go to these homes. They don't even freaking live in the home.
Okay, but
it's a vacation home.
Okay, look, it's a
$5 million vacation home that they're not even in.
Yeah, probably because they can't afford to live there and they have to spend 95 hours out of a 24-hour day working.
Exactly.
That's the reality.
That's the reality.
Yeah, but not because they're busy. That's just because they're trying to afford their house payment. What I'm saying is, I feel like business owners in general, right? Casey Neistat. He looks so busy, right? He's like, oh, my time is better spent elsewhere. He spends time with his family. Shut up, Casey. That's so annoying.
He does.
He spends hours a day with his family. You know how long it takes to do the dishes? Like 15 minutes. Yeah. That's literally it. Yeah. So, no, his time is not better spent elsewhere. Would he enjoy his time elsewhere?
Yeah,
Sure.
I think everyone would.
Yes. But anyway, all I'm saying, I think that I don't even know where we were going with this. If you're doing the dishes or whatever, if you have all these little responsibilities, if you're living the life that you want to live and you have like the spare time, I feel like those little minute things, they're not like the same.
It's true. If you're in a
if
you're in a job that you're like, man, I don't like hate it, but I don't love it, and like you're busy with other things, you're busy with your job, you're busy with your family, all those chores, they're called chores for a reason.
Yeah.
Right? But if you're like killing it elsewhere and you're like, I'm living my life, it's like, dude, I'm smiling because I'm rich and doing the dishes.
Yeah.
Compared to the people that are like, I'm broken doing the dishes.
Yeah. No, for sure. Yeah. I 100% agree with you.
It's pretty simple.
Yes. Well, we can agree on.
And you're not stressed. I'm stressed in doing the dishes. Well, I'm not stressed, and I'm doing my dishes.
There you go.
In my super nice sink.
Yeah,
in my super nice kitchen.
Yeah. People don't even care about that as much. They're just like, hey, I don't have any responsibilities right now, and they're like smiling, scrubbing the cheese off that pan. Dude. They're excited.
Or it's like the dude that answers the door and it's like super like happy and it's 120 outside in July and you're like, what the is wrong with you, dude?
That's literally me.
What's wrong with you?
When people come to my door, dude, I'm like, what's up?
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm like rich or anything like that, but I am excited every day that I don't have to freaking go out and work in the AZ heat.
Because you're working from home. Mm-hmm. And you're on the other end of that spectrum. Mm-hmm. And there's me on the other end of the spectrum. Like, screw you, dude. It's freaking hot. Don't say, what's up to me, man? Like, annoying.
What's up, bruh?
Annoying.
It's not annoying.
Like, you shouldn't have just answered the door. I would feel better if you didn't answer the door and I just went on with my job. Yeah.
Anyway, this is part 1
of
a 2-part series.
It is.
We've done plenty of dreaming here.
Yeah.
And, like, talking about, like, you know, what it is, like what a pipe dream is, mm-hmm. and like the good part about monetizing it, mm-hmm. like all the things that can come from monetizing it. Part 2 is going to be next week. We're going to talk about how we can actually do that, mm-hmm. how we can actually monetize a pipe dream,
what it'll create,
what it will create, and why you should do it, and why it is worth all the extra work. And it is work. It's extra work, you know, and like
sacrifice.
Just to preface it, you know, Casey Neistat, well, if you were to sit down and interview him, he's talked about in his videos that all of that daily vlogging, like, it was great. It made him very popular. It made him a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
But it was a shiz ton of work.
Yeah.
But he still did it.
Yeah.
Partially because he enjoyed it, partially because he was trying to make money and create a better life.
Yeah.
Which he did.
Yeah.
So, worth it. We'll talk about that next week. Thank you to everybody who tuned in today. We wanted to thank our sponsor, Pit Boss. Please make sure to check out the480show.com. There you'll find an affiliate link, and it is an affiliate link. We are, how do you say it? We are partnered with Pit Boss.
Yep.
So when you do click on the link, it will take you to their website, pitboss-grills.com. There you can browse from their wide variety of grills and smokers. There's never an end to their grills. They just put out a bunch of new lines. The Onyx edition of, is it just the Savannah? Or
you have the Onyx Savannah, you have the Onyx Pit Boss.
Yeah.
My goodness, the Onyx Pit Boss Austin XL. I think you have the new Copperhead and then the Lexington Onyx edition.
Yeah.
So yeah, whole new line.
Lots of things, lots of smokers to choose from. Everybody's going to be a little bit different, so go to the480show.com, click on Pit Boss, and find the smoker that is right for you. And thank you again to Pit Boss for sponsoring today's episode. I think that's it.
That's it.
If you're not following us at the 480 Show, pretty much everywhere you go, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, that's pretty much everywhere we're at. Well, we wanted to thank every single one of you guys for listening. We're trying to build out an identity of who our listeners are, and I feel like
we'll talk more about it next episode.
So until then,
deuces.
Peace.